Welcome to the energy read for October 2024. In it, we're going to cover the collective underlying energetic themes that will be louder or more amplified for us in the month of October. If you happen to find this at any other point in time, it just means there's some relevant and resonant information in here for you, some wisdom solutions that you can apply to your life that will help transform it and empower you in the process. For those of you that are new to my world, my name is Vanessa Smith, and I am a seer and energy guide for new earth builders, those of us that are here to build a new earth paradigm. That is not a woo-woo concept. We are the on-the-ground crew aligning our purpose with the larger paradigm shift that we are in and doing very practical as well as energetic pieces of work to really transform and create a new model to exist within. This is big work these days, and it's super important for you to be doing your version of your purpose work in the world. With that being said, you can certainly check out more of what I offer at vasmith.com. I want to go straight to the energy, though, of October, because there were many themes that kept popping in, and it was actually quite challenging to narrow it down and really tune into the most relevant, prioritized energetics for this month. So let's get to it. First theme is, how do you prioritize? So it made complete sense to me that many different themes were popping in. And when that happens, when you feel that there's a pull in many different directions, you can lose your sense of focus, your sense of grounding, your centeredness, and your right proportion. You know what I'm saying? So instead of popping off in many different directions and trying to, spread yourself a little bit too thin, there's an underlying pattern or a pull internally that we might feel to try to accomplish many things at once. And what the energy of October is really telling us is, hey, hold on, slow down, pull back just a little bit, and reprioritize. Get really clear on where to point your arrow, where to invest your energy, your focus, your attention, and your action. Your action is going to be a key factor, not just in October, but moving forward. For many of us that know that we're here to build the new, and we felt that call or that drive towards a mission of changing the paradigm and creating and building the new, have felt very much in the past couple of years like we've been in a holding zone or a waiting game of some sort. And in that process, it's very much like a refinement of the diamond, kind of uncomfortable purging of sorts, where we're really doing the internal and external clearing of clutter, because there is going to be a call up, so to speak, in moving from 2025 and even louder into 2026 for new earth leaders to really rise into the fullness of their purpose, their power, their passion, and their path. That is going to be one of those calls that you can't ignore. And so the work that we've been doing has been more behind the scenes the past couple of years to clear out any of the energetics that we've been holding within our own system that have held us back. But now this relates to the energy of October. Now we're feeling that push to get out there. It's almost like when the baby bird is needing to learn how to fly, and the mama bird just shoves it out of the nest, and we're like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on, what do I need to do first? And though there is a sense of very strong core stabilization, you might have noticed this energy shift within yourself where you feel stronger than ever at your core. You feel clearer and more confident. And then it's moving into the space of okay, now what? Now what do I do with that energy? How do I apply it? And this connects to the energy of October because we'll want to do all the things. And October isn't about doing all the things. For those of you that tuned into the September energy read, it really was about disciplined, determined, and decisive. And that the energy was going to kind of pull us in some different directions that we might be tempted to do the opposite of that. And so September really was leading up to what we're experiencing now in October, which is asking us, don't fragment your own energy. What's fascinating is when you step out of the larger landscape of drama or collective narratives that are happening on all sorts of subjects, you can feel, and it may very much look like the sky is falling, or that, that sort of panic mode of, oh, what else is happening? And when we're in that panic mode, we can't access, well, we can access it, but it feels a bit harder to access our directedness, our focus. And that's why we needed that energetic in September of being decisive, determined, and disciplined about what it is that we're doing. Now, the energy in October says no matter what appears to be on this grand stage of life in the external reality, don't match it. Do not, splay yourself out in a million different directions. Because here's what's fascinating. When you do something that helps connect you with your natural rhythm, with nature and the natural rhythm of the natural world, and yes, I acknowledge nature is doing its thing as well, right? There's a lot of adjustments that are happening from that natural world perspective. But beyond the temporary, really intense experiences that are, can, and will be going on from the natural world perspective, there does lie a rhythm. Within the chaos, there is also a rhythm. And that rhythm is interestingly quite still in October. It's very much connected with the spiritual signature, the essence or soul of nature, of an individual human being, of the collective. So there is this very contrasting energy of stillness that is taking place while there's also this very chaotic explosiveness, the world's a dramatic stage kind of a feeling. And so we're noticing within our own system this core stabilization, this stillness, this essence of being connected with our soul, our power, the rhythm of life, while we're also in our own lives navigating whatever shifts and changes are going on, while we're observing and maybe participating willingly or not in this larger landscape of life where things are kind of flying all over the place and feel and look very dramatic. And so that still point, that rhythm is still at play, even if it doesn't appear that way on the surface. And so October is really asking you to not match the drama, not match the drama by creating your own version of drama, by spreading yourself too thin or going in a million different directions or screaming that the sky is falling. It's October says, tend to what you need to tend to. What do you need to do to further strengthen your core, to stabilize your system? It's very much like in the airplane where they say, put on your mask first. In terms of the oxygen mask, it's like, what do you need to make sure that you're stable? I know oftentimes in spiritual messages and from many different messengers out there, they say, be curious, be neutral. And interestingly, this is the second theme I want to share with you for October, is that the energy is asking us to not do that, right? Don't stay neutral. Don't stay curious. That doesn't mean match the drama. It just means be clear on you. Be clear on why you're here. Be clear on what you stand for. And as you start to do that, and you may need reminders, like even for myself, I feel very clear and driven about my larger role and purpose on the planet. And I feel very committed to that. And yet at the same time, I have moments where I'm like, what am I, what exactly is the assignment again? What do I need to tend to? Because you get caught up in the drama of the moment. But all I need to do is simply look at something that's going on in the world that's personally meaningful for me. And it's one of those jaw-dropping moments where I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, that's not okay. That is not okay. So, and or alternatively, like, whoa, that's really cool. Let me give you a specific example, two specific examples, so you can kind of get the gist of what I'm getting at here. So the other day I came across a book. I heard about it, just seeing it on my feed. It's called Dark Calories, and it's all about the nefarious nature of seed oils. Now, I had never heard anything about seed oils, really. I just thought in my mind, actually, despite the fact that I have a background in holistic wellness, I was like, oh, sunflower oil, that sounds healthy and natural. And yet, my personal experience is there was a period of time where my husband, he everything that he ate, literally anything, every meal, he would turn bright red afterwards, puff up like a puffer fish. I mean, like his face literally got big, and he had gained maybe, I don't know, 50 pounds, felt depressed, felt sick to his stomach. And we were at a loss. We went to whole health practitioner after health practitioner, mainstream and alternative. Couldn't figure it out until he worked with a specific person that said, cut out seed oils. And you're like, what? Seed oils? What's that even in? Turns out it was in the mayonnaise that he ate. It was in the oat milk that he drank. It was in all the salad dressings that we put on the healthy salads. It was this base for many of the meals that we had in all the sauces. It's in literally like everything processed. It's insane. He cut out those seed oils, and every symptom that he had totally gone, completely, utterly gone. And he dropped the weight, I mean, really quickly. I mean, not unhealthily quickly, but probably within like 6 weeks of stopping eating. It just kept coming off and coming off. No redness, no puffiness, no depression. uh, People do not understand the metabolic inflammation happening in their bodies due to seed oils. And when you bring it up to people, they're like, huh? What are you talking about? And so when I saw this book, Dark Calories, I was like, what is that about? And then I saw the subtitle that had to do with seed oils. And I'm like, oh, yeah, now we're talking. Like, now we're getting somewhere. Like, pretty soon we're going to start to see restaurants advertising that they're seed oil free, French fries saying that they're not fried in seed oil. You know, already there's apps out there that tell you which places don't use seed oils in their products. So there's movement happening towards it. And for me, that was something really positive, that in that little moment that I lost, didn't lose, but I didn't feel as connected to my own mission, my own sense of purpose, how it connects with vitality, how our health and well-being and what we eat every day literally can impact us. And these are concepts that I want to be talking about. They are part of a new earth conversation, because how do we create a world where we're literally changing the food industry upside down, and we're no longer consenting? Because we're consenting every time you purchase a product like that, you're consenting to being poisoned, basically, and having your system inflamed, right? And whether you see that immediately like my husband did, or you don't see it for a long time and it manifests later as more of a chronic illness. We'll find out. It's very much an experimental generation. And so what that post prompted for me is a passion for conversation about this, and a passion for linking these very specific day-to-day issues, eating, it's like what we put in our mouth, with looking at it from an energy perspective and what it's doing to us, not just metabolically and physically, physiologically. What's it doing to our energy? What's it doing to our spirit? Because I read energy, I see energy. I would look at my husband after he would eat, and it literally looked like his soul had popped out of his body. I'm like, what is happening here? And now without it, he's in there, right? So you look out on the landscape of life and you see people struggling in these various ways, and I'm watching them energetically, and I'm going, okay, there's a much larger game at play here. We got to get the souls really grounded in the body. So that was something. That was something that really lit me up, obviously, clearly. And so look to your landscape to help you regain your focus. Something else, just briefly, I met a woman recently. I made another recording about it. I don't know if it's up yet when you're reading or seeing this recording, hearing this recording, but she had shared with me that she was recently diagnosed with ADHD and being neurodivergent. And we got into this whole conversation around labels, diagnoses, what that translates to from a mainstream or pharmaceutical approach perspective, as well as what that looks like from a holistic perspective. And boom, I was right back in alignment with the things that I care about and want to be talking about, and linking that to the energy perspective. Like for me, obviously, if you've been watching any of my videos on YouTube or listening to my podcast or just are in my world in general, you would think, okay, Vanessa, she talks about energy and the underlying energy and mastering our energy and purpose and all of that. And those are absolutely core concepts to the work that I do in the world. And there's this other topic of vitality and the specifics around that and how that connects with energy, and how that plays out in our families, in our relationships, with more specificity, that I am longing to be a part of a bigger conversation around. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that takes me. And this is what October is asking you to do. This is the third theme, which is get specific. Get specific about what it is that you want to do. The more generic and general you are, the more you're going to be walking in circles, throwing spaghetti at the wall and chasing your own tail. What is your specific take on the world? So instead of being neutral and being curious, get passionate, get purposeful. What lights you up specifically, and start talking about it, because our words, our thoughts, our perspectives, they have power and they have energy. And every time we speak something that's in alignment with our truth, and we're passionate about that and real and authentic about that, that creates the energetic architecture. That's what visions are. Visions are the energy architecture for the future. And then we got to do the work of actualizing it on the physical plane of reality. But you need to know where to point your arrow. Your vision is where you point your arrow. And so allow yourself to get passionate, like tune into that. So theme number one is don't let yourself get distracted by the drama and, splay yourself out in many different directions. Let yourself really focus in on what's most important. Prioritize that. Theme number one for October for the energy. Theme number two is really set aside being neutral, set aside being curious. They are energies that serve, but in the month of October, get passionate, get purposeful, get on your path, You got to do your purpose for work in the world. Otherwise, you won't feel complete for my people. My people need to do their work, their purpose work in the world. My people are on a mission to build a new earth paradigm. They got to do the things, right? They got to do their work, the inner work of transforming themselves and the outer work of transforming the world. That's what my people came to do, my crew, my specific crew. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, is we incarnate in teams, and changing the world is a team effort. And our soul group, our soul team, we share similar themes. And that's the theme that I'm here for, and it's the theme that they're here for. And if you're part of my crew, you'll be listening to this and say, yep, that's me. I definitely feel driven to be the change, to make the change, and to build the new. And then the third theme is get specific. Get specific around whatever it is that you are passionate about, and really just start to share it in the world. We can sum up the energy of October is get it together. Like get your stuff together, get your ish together, get it together, and get nitty gritty about it. Like really do an evaluation around your life. Don't know what you want to do? Make a decision, make a choice, direct your life flow, like direct your life force energy under these energy themes, and you will feel more alignment. You will feel more empowered. We're meant to be working with the energy to shape reality, the reality of our lives, the reality of life as a whole. And so really use October to get into the details of every day, what you're thinking, what you're wearing, what you're eating, who you're speaking with, how you're speaking to them, all the details. Clean it up, clean up the energy, clean up your energy. Work with those three themes, and again, it will help you feel more grounded, more in alignment, and more on purpose in your life. With that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for tuning in. Share with me how the month has gone for you. If you happen to be seeing this at a later date, I would love to know, or come back to this recording and do share the details of how you applied these energy themes and principles to your life in the month of October. And for those of you that want to know more and engage more with more of your crew, if you're part of my crew, part of my people, then go to mynewearthcrew.com. Join us over there. This is my community, my membership community, where we get to interact on a more consistent basis with each other, because that's what we need moving forward. Again, every change is a team effort, even if you're changing something about your life personally. We need that support, and we need that activation from each other. All right. Take care, and I'll see you again next time.